Building your personal brand and becoming an influencer. This is a step-by-step guide. You know what a brand is, but do you know what a personal brand is? And even more importantly, do you know how to build one? If you answer no to either of those questions, then this workshop is for you. Your personal brand is one of your biggest assets. Now more than ever, you need a personal brand. If you want to stand out from the competition, attract new clients, and build a thriving business, you need to create a powerful, thriving personal brand. If you're an entrepreneur, real estate agent, you need to be devoting at least some time every week to strengthening your brand. I'll explain why in more detail in a bit, but for now, you just need to know that your personal brand is one of your biggest assets. Your personal brand can take your real estate business to places you never thought possible, but you have to know how to build one. Unfortunately, most agents don't know how to build a personal brand. So if this is you, you are not alone. They feel fuzzy about exactly what steps to take and what's involved in creating a personal brand around them. What is a personal brand? First things first, let's ensure we're all on the same page in terms of what a personal brand actually is. A personal brand is much more than a flashy logo or a color palette. A personal brand goes far beyond having a nice looking business card. A personal brand is not just about having a website with your name on it, although that's certainly part of it. A personal brand is much bigger and all encompassing. It's about who you are and what you do. Your personal brand is how you present yourself both online and offline to your ideal audience. Your personal brand is the image you put forth to people. It's what you stand for, your values, what you're all about, the core of who you are as a person. Your personal brand is your secret sauce, the thing that sets you apart from everyone else. It's what makes you unique. Your personal brand is your values, unique skills, experiences, stories, personality, image. Thanks to the internet and the power of social media, every person, every real estate agent can be their own brand. Everyone can constantly put themselves out in front of their audience. Everyone can add value to their audience. Everyone can communicate their message loud and clear. We all have the tools to build powerful personal brands. In fact, you might say that every person is now a brand. The crucial question is whether you are actively taking control of your brand. It's always better when you're in control of the process. You're going to have a personal brand whether you want it or not. Everything you share online, every email you send to your clients, every blog post you write, and every video you post is part of your brand. They all shape the way people think about you and the image you put forth. The question is whether you want your brand to develop its own with no guidance from you, or whether you want to be actively in control of the process. So how do you actively build an effective personal brand? How do you get in control of the process? How do you ensure that your brand is helping to build your business? That's what the rest of this workshop is all about. At this point, you might be thinking, why do I need to build a personal brand? Here's the reality. Every real estate agent should be building their own brand. It doesn't matter if you're not a big name or a Fortune 500 company. If you are trying to build a business of any sort, you need to be building your personal brand. You don't need to be a large company or a Hollywood celebrity in order to benefit from building a personal brand. Let's talk about some of the benefits of building a personal brand. 1. Personal branding allows you to stand out from your competition. First and foremost, building a personal brand enables you to uniquely stand out from the competition. Most agents won't do this. Your brand, values, expertise, and story all set you apart from your competitors. Your competitors can't bring what you bring to the table. They simply don't have what you have to offer. You're unique. Only you are you. You have unique experiences, strengths, beliefs, perspectives, skills, insights that set you apart from everyone else. These are incredibly valuable and distinguish you from your competitors. You offer unique value that no other person can offer. No one else can bring to the table what you can. No one else has your unique combination of skills, insights, and experiences. Building your personal brand allows you to highlight your uniqueness. It allows you to capitalize on your strengths. It allows you to highlight the best parts of you. And as you work to highlight your strengths, it distinguishes you from all your competitors. It gives you a distinct competitive edge. Think about Rolex and how they've set themselves apart from the competition. Because they focused on being exclusively a luxury watch brand, they have set themselves apart from other watch companies like Timex. Rolex is the brand for those who want a luxury watch, while Timex is the brand for those who want a sturdy, relatively inexpensive watch. By working relentlessly to build their brand, Rolex has distinguished themselves from every other watch company. The more you work to build your personal brand, the greater the edge you'll have over your competition. You'll stand out amidst the crowd. 2, personal branding allows you to charge a premium price. Because you bring unique value to the table, value that no one else offers, you can charge a premium price for your services. After all, you're offering something that can't be found anywhere else. Your services are only offered by you. When you craft a strong personal brand, you can charge a higher price for your services because they're exclusive to you. They can't be purchased from another person. The stronger your brand, the more people want your services. The more people want your services, the higher the price you can charge. This is exactly why Nike is able to charge so much for their shoes. They spent years building their brand into a powerhouse. Nike shoes have become a status symbol, and wearing Nikes says something about who you are. This allows Nike to charge exorbitant amounts of money for their shoes. The Nike brand automatically equals higher prices for shoes. By working hard to build your personal brand and to show how much value you bring to the table, you can charge a premium price. 3, personal branding highlights your expertise. Remember, your personal brand is how you present yourself to the world. This means that a significant amount of personal branding involves the content that you share with the world. The more valuable the content you share, the more you demonstrate that you're an expert who should be trusted. With every piece of content that you share, social media post, blog post, emails, videos, inspirational graphics, podcasts, you establish yourself as an expert in your field. As someone who really knows what they're talking about, as a thought leader in your arena, you are demonstrating your knowledge and insight to the watching world. You're providing just how much value you offer and that you are the go-to person in your industry. The more you demonstrate your expertise, the more your audience will trust you and come to you to solve their problems. The more value you share, the more it shows people that you know exactly what you're talking about and should be looked at as an expert. The more you demonstrate your expertise, the more your audience will trust you and come to you to solve their problems. The more value you share, the more it shows people that you know exactly what you're talking about and should be looked at as an expert. 4, personal branding allows you to attract your ideal audience. This is where it really gets good. When you're known as the expert in your industry, it attracts your ideal audience, the people who need your help the most. You get more referrals from others in your industry and related industries, such as the vendors in our industry, handyman, insurance, lenders, appraisers. And you can charge a premium price, the kind of price that only an expert can charge. You don't have to keep discounting everything. Tony Robbins is a prime example of this. For years, he has been sharing the same message of self-empowerment. Everything he says, every video he puts out, every book he writes has the same brand message. You can develop into a powerful individual, and I can help you to do that. Over time, he has established himself as the go-to person in the self-development arena. The results? He attracts huge audiences of people who want to fulfill their potential. Millions of people read his books and follow him on social media. He can charge a premium price for his services. Do you want to experience the Tony Robbins effect? If you want to be known as the go-to person in your industry, in your city, in your town, then it's absolutely essential that you begin building your personal brand as soon as possible. 5, personal branding puts you in charge of the narrative. As we noted earlier, your personal brand will evolve whether you want it to or not. If you use social media, if you have an email list, have a blog, speak to groups, record and share videos, then you're already building your personal brand. Everything you put out into the world is part of your personal brand. The question is whether you're intentionally shaping the narrative of your brand. In other words, are you carefully determining exactly what your brand is all about, or are you letting it happen in an ad hoc manner? Are you thoughtfully curating your brand, or are you letting your brand evolve on its own? Are you the one crafting people's opinions about you, or are you sort of just letting things happen? The beauty of intentional personal branding is that it ensures that you're actively shaping your own narrative. You're determining what people think about you rather than simply letting people form their opinions. With every social media post you share, every blog post you put up, every email you send, you're shaping the narrative of who you are. You're in control of the story. 6, personal branding increases your visibility. The more you build your personal brand, the more visible you'll become. You'll attract more fans on social media. Those fans will share your content with their tribe. The more your content gets shared, the more fans you'll attract. I have a quick story. I just had a lady I never knew anything about her. We've never met. She messaged me on Facebook saying, I'm looking for a realtor. Of course, instantly I thought, oh, this must be some spam. Who does that? It's just so hokey. But I decided, I seen quickly, we had five connections. And I looked, one of them is a close friend who I just sold her house. And she posted a couple times on her Facebook page what an awesome real estate agent was, how happy she was with the deal. Basically gave me raving reviews. And what happened was this lady seen that, and that's why she reached out to me. There's an example of the fans will share your content with their tribes. There's a perfect example how now I have a new lead that cost me nothing because of my branding on social media. As your fan base grows, you can expect to be featured in the media even. That's what you're looking for. And it's not too bad. That's called free advertising as well. Media outlets are always looking for experts to comment on particular subjects. And when you become known as an expert in your field, you'll start generating media requests. The more you're featured in media outlets, the more opportunities you'll have to speak in front of crowds. Again, if this isn't something you're comfortable with, you don't have to do this, but this is amazing opportunity. This is a dream for many agents. And if you look around, there are some big agents already doing this, and it just gets them to explode even bigger and better. Conference organizers are always looking for well-known media personalities to speak also. The truth is, building your personal brand and building your platform go hand in hand. As your personal brand grows stronger, your platform will get bigger, which will then make your brand stronger. Building your brand is a virtuous cycle that brings greater and greater results the more you do it. 7, personal branding shapes what content you share. If you don't have a strong personal brand, then you don't have any guidelines as what content you should share with your audience. And so you end up sharing either nothing at all or whatever catches your fancy at any given moment. Neither of these strategies contributes to your personal brand. When you have a strong personal brand, it guides you towards exactly what kind of content you should share. Simply put, you should only share content that aligns with and promotes the values of your personal brand. A GIF might be funny, but if it doesn't add to your personal brand, you shouldn't share it. 8, personal branding connects you more with individuals. People connect better with other people than they do with companies. It's why Elon Musk and Richard Branson have more individual Twitter followers than their companies they have founded. The more you work to build your personal brand, the more individuals will want to connect with you, both in person and online. People will be attracted to your values, personality, convictions, and the insights you have to offer. The more connected you are, the more business opportunities will present themselves to you. More speaking requests, more media opportunities, more opportunities to partner with other like-minded people. Building your personal brand connects you personally with potential customers and clients, which then builds your business. 9, personal branding allows you to become an influencer. An influencer is someone who significantly shapes the opinions of their followers and has a big influence on how they behave. There are some significant benefits to being an influencer. Big brands want to work with influencers that have a large audience, which can result in more revenue for you. You often receive free things from companies who are interested in partnering with you. You receive media requests to speak at or even just attend events. Are you starting to see the power of personal brand? Your personal brand enables you to distinguish yourself from the competition. It allows you to charge a premium price for your services. The more you focus on your personal brand, the more visible you become, and the more you become known as the expert in your field. The more you're known as an expert, the more opportunities come your way. And the more you build your personal brand, the more you connect with others, which in turn builds your business even more. There are few things more powerful than your personal brand. The more you focus on it, the greater the results you'll see. Now, are you ready to start building your personal brand? How to build a personal brand. Now that you know why you should build a personal brand, let's talk about how to actually do it. Let's break down the individual strategies you can use to build your own incredibly powerful personal brand. Step 1, determine who you really are. Remember, building your personal brand is about sharing your authentic self with the world. Your personal brand is built upon your skills, passions, values, and beliefs. You must know yourself if you want to build a strong personal brand. Ask yourself, what unique skills do I have? What are my core values? What am I most passionate about? What unique experiences have shaped who I am? How can I most effectively serve my core audience? What do I have to offer that no one else does? The answers to these questions should shape your personal brand. They should help you get to the core of what matters most to you and how you can add value to your audience. Step 2, determine what you want to accomplish. Once you've identified the core of who you are, it's time to think about what you want to accomplish with your personal brand. Answer these questions. What would I like to accomplish both personally and professionally? What do I want to be known for? Condo queen, condo king, luxury, seniors, first-time homebuyers, etc. If I could be the world's foremost expert on a topic, what would it be? What key message do I want to communicate? If I could only give one piece of advice, what would it be? The answers to these questions should further solidify in your mind what your personal brand will look like. So make sure you go through these. Step 3, identify your target audience. The simple reality is that you can't effectively serve everyone. Rather, there is a core demographic of people who will resonate with you deeply, your brand, and what you offer. This core demographic is your target audience. It's these people whom you will serve most effectively and who will be your ideal client. To identify your core audience, ask yourself these questions. Who can I most effectively help? Who will benefit most from my skill set and knowledge? Who am I most passionate about serving? Who will resonate most with me and my brand? When determining your core audience, it can be helpful to create a persona. This persona represents your ideal client. Include the following information in this persona. Demographics. How old are they? Male, female, single, married? What is their level of education? What career are they in? How much do they make? Hopes and dreams. What do they want their future to look like? What are their goals? Where would they like to live? Challenges. What obstacles do they face? Why haven't they been able to reach their goals? Finance, job, lifestyle, kids, divorce, parents, etc. Step 4, determine your unique selling proposition, your USP. Your USP is simply your brand summed up into a single, powerful, compelling statement that describes exactly what you do for your audience. It's where you take all the answers from the previous 3 points and put them together into one brand statement that sums up who you are personally and how you serve your core audience. A USP typically looks something like this. I help target audience to achieve X so that they can, and then the outcome. For example, your USP, unique selling proposition, may be something like, I help seniors downsize so they can live a fulfilled and simplified life. Or I help first-time homebuyers purchase their home so that they can start a family. Or maybe I help owners of luxury properties sell their properties discreetly so that they can have privacy and peace of mind. Those are just something I came up with quickly. Of course, you'd want to spend a little more time on this since it is so important to come up with yours. Those are, again, just some examples. Your USP doesn't have to say everything about your brand, but it should get to the heart of who you are and how you help your audience. It may help to give your USP a unique name that will stick in people's mind. For example, if you specialize in green homes and sustainable living, your USP could be something like Echo Homes Realty. Or if you help investors find profitable real estate deals, you could call your USP something like Investors Haven. There's also Condo King, Condo Queen. It simply needs to be short, memorable, and aptly described what you do. Don't skimp on this step. Creating your USP gives you a high degree of clarity about what your brand is all about. Step 5, start treating yourself as a brand. Once you've identified the core of your brand as well as your target audience, it's time to start treating yourself as a brand. What does this look like? In every communication with your audience, whether a blog post, email, podcast, social media post, you stay true to your brand. You constantly speak about the problems you solve, constantly encourage your audience, constantly voice the message of your brand. Just like Nike went and start talking about camping, so you must not go off brand with your communications. You constantly reinforce your unique selling proposition, your USP, in everything you do. It also means creating a strong, compelling website to serve as your home base for all your online activities. It means creating a media page or media kit on your site for media inquiries. Now, this could happen at some point. If you're just starting off, I wouldn't stress too much about this. But again, remember how important to get media inquiries to speaking deals would be just amazing for your career. So I wanted to include this so it's something you can think about, or just go ahead, think big and knock it out now and have this on your website as well. It could mean not answering your emails yourself, but having an assistant answer for them. You could hire a virtual assistant at a very affordable rate. Your goal is to portray yourself as a strong, compelling brand, not just a normal person. You have to treat yourself like you truly are a powerful brand that has a powerful message. Step 6, optimize your website. Now it's time to get into the nitty-gritty of optimizing your online presence so that it matches your brand. Your website is one of the primary places people get to know who you are and what you do. Of course, as soon as they start hearing your name, they're going to start researching you. Your website also functions as one of the primary ways you turn visitors into paying clients, and it must be optimized for that. First impressions are really important when it comes to your website. Visitors should be able to immediately determine how you can help solve their problems. If they can't, there's a good chance they'll leave. So how do you optimize your site to reflect your brand? Have a professional logo designed. Having a professional logo shows people that you're serious about what you do and really do treat yourself as a brand. If you wish to hire someone to design a logo for you, Fiverr and Upwork are great places to start. Show off your USP, your unique selling proposition. From the moment they arrive on your website, visitors should see your USP. It will draw them into your site and make them want to investigate more. Ideally, your USP will be front and center at the top of your website so that it's one of, if not the first thing that people see. It should be impossible to miss. It should function like the main headline on a newspaper. The eye should be drawn to it immediately. Use professional photos. Have a professional photographer take high quality photos of you. Low quality photos will ultimately reflect poorly on your brand. Use testimonials. Testimonials are proof that you really can solve people's problems. They help overcome hesitance and objection. Also, if you've been featured in any media outlets, show off those credentials too. Present a clear call to action. Ultimately, you want people to take action when they're on your website. You want them to join your email list, watch your webinar, or sign up for a free consultation. Give visitors a clear call to action. Create a compelling about page. Tell your story. How did you get to where you are currently? What motivates you to serve your audience? Why you do what you do. Create a service page. If you want clients to hire you, you need to have a clear service page in which you explain what you offer, what's included, and more. Give away free resources. One of the best ways to build your brand is to give away free content on your website. This could be anything from blog posts to videos to an ebook. Giving away content in exchange for a visitor's email address is also a fantastic way to grow your email list. Create a contact page. Obviously, you want a way for people to get in touch with you. This will happen primarily through your contact page on your website. Step 7, develop your content strategy. The primary way to build your brand is by creating strategic content. By content, I mean blog posts, videos, social media posts, email, podcasts, and more. Every piece of content you share with your audience should serve to build your brand. As I mentioned before, once you've determined your brand, it's important to start treating yourself as a brand. Developing a strategic content strategy is one of the most effective ways to ensure that you're constantly staying on brand. One effective content strategy is the pillar method, and it works like this. At set intervals, every day, every week, etc., create a longer piece of pillar content. This could be a blog post, video, ebook, or another item that works well. The point is that it needs to be on the longer side so that it can be repurposed in numerous ways. The pillar content should always reinforce some part of your brand. Maybe one day you speak to a particular pain point, another day you encourage your audience to strive for their goals. Whatever the case, it's essential that your pillar content always be tied back to your brand. Publish your pillar content on your primary platform, whether that's your blog, YouTube, iTunes, or another outlet. Take your pillar content and cut it into smaller, shareable pieces of content. For example, if you have a 10-minute video, find 3 parts of that video that could be shared on their own and extract those clips. Or if you have a 1,000-word blog post, extract 5 100-word excerpts that can stand on their own. Once you've created your similar pieces of content, post those across all your channels, including Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, email, etc. If the thought of posting to so many social media channels intimidates you, you could use something like Buffer. It's a great tool that allows you to share to all your social media accounts at one time. You just put the content in and then select all the channels you want it to go out to. Repeat the process again and again. Consistency is the key. By consistently sharing your brand message, you'll steadily build your audience. By using the pillar method for your content strategy, you ensure that every piece of content you post is always on brand. Your Facebook posts, Instagram videos, blog posts, YouTube videos, and emails are always speaking your brand message to your audience. In addition to using the pillar method, you can also simply repurpose content in different formats. For example, you can turn an ebook into a SlideShare presentation or a series of blog posts into an ebook. Or you could turn a blog post into an email and send it out to your list. The main point is that everything you send out should be brand related. You want to constantly reinforce your brand to your audience. Step 8, constantly add value to your audience. When it comes to building your brand, it's essential that you constantly are giving value to your audience without asking anything in return. Yes, there will be times when you invite people to become a client, but you don't want that to be the main theme of your brand. The main thing people should take away when interacting with your brand is how much value you provide. The main way you're going to be providing value is through your content strategy. This is why it's so important to constantly put out new content. If you're not putting out new content, you're not giving away value. Step 9, build a community. One of the best ways to build your brand is to build a community where you and the members can all help each other. The value in building a community around your brand is that it gets others involved in helping to promote your brand. You create a tribe of passionate people who care about the same things you do. So, how can you build a community? Some simple ways to build a community include: start a private Facebook group. In this group, people can interact with each other, share ideas, interact with you, raise questions, and more. This gives you the opportunity to have meaningful conversations with your tribe on a daily basis. You can name it moving to whatever city you live in, or people that live in whatever city. Those are fantastic ones. And you can also control who can be invited. You can keep all the real estate agents out. Host live events. Live events allow you to meet members of your tribe in person. You can have coffee meetups, workshop, masterminds. Private dinners are all great ways to deepen your relationship with them. You can host first-time homebuyer events. Just getting belly to belly with people is a great way to build those relationships. Now is the time to build your brand. The simple truth is you have a personal brand, whether you want to or not. Every single thing you share with your audience either adds to or takes away from your personal brand. You absolutely must be intentional about building your brand. As Kathy says, we all have a personal brand, whether we think about it that way or not. So let's be intentional about it. Here's a quick summary of how to build your brand. First, you want to identify what matters to you, define your core audience, determine your unique selling proposition, your USP, treat yourself like a brand, create a compelling website, plan your content strategy, constantly bring your best self to your audience, build your community. The more you do those things, the more you'll build your brand and the more you'll attract an audience of raving fans. Avoid waiting any longer to build your personal brand. Get started today. Your audience needs you. Get out there and start serving them. You'll be glad you did. Now, I want to invite you to book a free consultation with me. There's absolutely zero obligation or risk with this call. Here's what we'll do. We'll hop on a call together, discuss what you're looking for as far as growing your real estate business, and figure out if we're a good fit for each other. Like I said, it's absolutely free with zero obligation. You've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. To book a call, just simply go to the link below this video.